Today, we are going to talk about what we think about terms such as dark social and other terms that have been these category creating terms, such as, conversational marketing, inbound marketing, and things like that. Neil, you want to go first?
So do you want to first define dark social for people?
Yeah, sure. So dark social is a term that's being thrown around now. It's like when people ask you, how do you measure the ROI of social? You say, oh, it's my understanding is it's dark social. It's hard to measure attribution on it. You just know that at the end of the day, it brings in a lot of leads. And that's what it is at a very high level. It's basically social media, but you're adding a dark in front of it saying it's hard to track stuff. That's why it's dark. So
bingo. So the easiest way to think about it is think about traffic from popular platforms that you know are producing results, but you can't track the ROI or track always directly in your analytics that, hey, a sale came from this place. You're getting the engagement on these channels and people are like, yeah, this is awesome, I'm buying or I'm signing up, but it's hard to track. That's a great example of dark social. This kind of stuff is just going to get worse. And what I mean by that is, with all the privacy laws that are happening in this world, and I think we're going to see more and more. I don't think it's going to get lax. I think it's going to get worse and worse. And people have a right to their own data. And you're seeing so many hacks. It's actually kind of crazy. You're seeing big companies like T-Mobile. They said recently, like a hacker accessed 37 million customers. I don't know if they got socials and stuff like that, but that's a lot of customers to be hacked. Even Taco Bell got hacked. Who would have thought that Taco Bell had something to be
it's your favorite restaurant?
Yeah, when I was a little kid. Either way, because of all these things that are happening and government organizations are worried about people's data and what people are doing with it and people watching and knowing too much about you, privacy concerns are out there. Just look at your iOS device. Facebook ad revenue got hit because most of us who have Apple devices click no, do not track, which really screwed them up. And it screwed up their revenue. That's going to happen with Google as well with the Android devices within roughly a year or so whenever they end up rolling it out. I know they originally was planning on doing it earlier and then it got delayed a little bit. So you're going to have more channels that drive engagement that are great for your brand that are harder to track. So what does that mean? You're going to need to go out there and still be on these platforms, whether it's TikTok or Instagram, right? People really very rarely go from Instagram, click a link and go onto your website. They may still hear about it and then they do a Google search from what we see. You need to just start being omni-channel. You don't have a choice. And you need to start talking to your customers and surveying them when they check out or when they buy or when they sign up for your service, because this will start giving you more data on these dark social traffic sources and give you a better idea of which ones are actually producing somewhat of results and which ones aren't.
Yeah, so one thing that you can do in your lead forms, if you're B2B or really customers as well, is you have a free form just asking, where did you first hear about us? And how did you find this? And this is more qualitative data that you're looking at. And then afterwards, you can just look at the trends and figure out where you want to optimize more against. A couple episodes ago, we talked about the balance between performance marketing and brand marketing, right? And back when social first came out, I know for me, at least, I don't know about you, Neil, but I obsessed over trying to track every little thing with social. And you realize over time that you just can't do that. And it's good. It's to Neil's point, it's actually going to become worse now. So this is a situation where when you're spending time on dark social, it's actually much more of a branding play. So I wouldn't lose sleep over trying to track every little thing, but you should be able to see from the qualitative feedback that you're getting, but also the engagement that you're getting from other people, if it's working or not. And you should be able to see, let's say we're B2B, like a agency for us, right? Like we are actually getting leads from, oh yeah, we actually saw your stuff on LinkedIn, or we saw your post over here. We saw your post on Twitter. That way it's actually working and it feels right. You can see the views, the engagement and all that. So there are other signals that you can look at, but don't try to track every single dollar. Otherwise you're going to get, let's just call it paralysis by analysis.
You can also do brand recall studies, and this will give you an idea of what places and what channels are really having an impact on your brand and causing people to buy from you. Brand recall studies are really easy to do. They're not that expensive. I don't think too many people do them. I don't know why. Bigger companies do, but smaller ones don't really.
How much does a brand recall study typically cost?
Have you seen people get it done for like $1,000, $500?
Oh, that's great.
We've seen some get it done for $10,000, $20,000 when they don't need to spend that much. But yeah, it doesn't have to be expensive.
All right. So that is it for today. That's what we think about dark social. That being said, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. It helps us grow, and check out marketingschool.io/newsletter to stay updated with all the content that we're putting out, and we'll catch you later.